Hi, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. I apologize for my voice. I have been sick all week with my first cold of the year, so I sound a little funny. Hopefully we can push through that. I wanted to do my monthly favorites of January, so we'll just jump right into it. I didn't wear a lot of makeup this month, so my makeup favorites are very minimal. I have two Colourpop Lippie sticks. So these they're still kind of matte finish, but they're more in keeping with a traditional lipstick. These two colors are Grunge and Poison. So I've got Grunge on top and then Poison underneath. I just think that they're both really comfortable. They're both really flattering. I can wear either color with numerous eye looks, and they don't need a lot of reapplication during the day. The Poison color I wore quite a bit in my Chicago vlog recently, if you watched that at all, and I loved it. I loved how easy it was. I could just put it on in the morning and forget about it. So absolutely loving those. The other thing, I've had this for a while, but I kind of like rediscovered it when I was cleaning out my makeup collection, and it's the NudeStix Lip and Cheek Pencil in the color Mystic, which I will swatch underneath those other two colors. So this is Mystic. It's kind of like a darker nude, but I just love it. Like with the other two, it just goes with absolutely everything. This is kind of a color that I more will just keep in my purse. It's so moisturizing, so I like that it's kind of more of a colored alternative to a lip balm, and I definitely think that this is something that I will repurchase once I'm done with it. I just am obsessed with this color. I forgot how much I loved it until I found it again. So that was it for makeup. A couple things I've been reading this month. The first is this book from Stephanie LaCava. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's called An Extraordinary Theory of Objects, and I just think it's so adorable. I mean, I won't go too much into it, but it's basically about her moving from America to the French countryside, and how she's kind of like marking objects as points of significance within her life. So it's just cute. There's often like pictures throughout with little descriptions on the history of the objects. I just think it's really cute. It's really well done. It's a super easy read. I am the first to admit that I'm a pretty slow reader, and I got through this in just a couple days, so I highly recommend if you're just like looking for something to read on a plane or a weekend getaway, this is one that you should take with you. The other is the Sabat magazine Mother issue. This is the most current one, but I just think that this is so beautiful. Like, it's more like a book than a magazine. All of the articles are, well, they're themed around mother and like birth. I don't know, I just can't even begin to explain like how beautifully composed it is. This is not something that I'll be throwing away. I definitely think that I will be holding on to this forever. It's just so beautifully done. It's like all black and white, and then every so often they have like this page that's just like kind of see-through. It's very artistic and creative, and I can just tell that so much like thought and love went into it. They weren't just like trying to rush, you know, put this out like rush order. So they don't have a subscription, you just buy each one individually, but I just have really fallen in love with this magazine and the people that run it, and all of the articles I think are so valuable, and that's why it's in my favorites. I've also really been into my vinyl collection this month. I've been spending a lot more time at home just with the weather in Portland being so terrible. The whole city's been snowed in for most of the month, so I kind of like threw it back, would put on vinyls, drink my tea, whatever. So I have been listening to a lot of Chelsea Wolfe. It's called Abyss, and it's just beautiful. I love that you can just like put it on and do other things. I've just been so obsessed with her music for like the last year and a half or so, so I'm hoping to get the rest of her collection on vinyl. I think that her music specifically like translates so beautifully onto vinyl. The other group that I've been into, although I think this might be just like a one-man show, I'm not entirely sure, but this was something that I got in a vinyl subscription a couple months ago. The band is called Daywave, and this is the Headcase Hard to Read album. It's kind of fun. I think you should check it out. It's a little bit more upbeat than Chelsea Wolfe, but still kind of that like indie vibe, and I've just really been enjoying his music. TV shows. The OA on Netflix. Oh my god, my mind is blown. I have so many unanswered questions. I can't wait for season 2. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to ruin any spoilers for those of you that have not seen it. I feel like I can't even begin to talk about it without giving spoilers, but if you have not watched the OA on Netflix, go watch it. I think I got through the whole thing in 2 days. The OA, so good. The other one that I've been really into is kind of a throwback, and was also spurred from a Netflix remake, but it's the Gilmore Girls. If you're like me, I just feel like so many shows that I kind of grew up watching on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights with my mom have kind of like come back into the forefront recently of, you know, TV shows and social media and all of that, and it just like feels so nostalgic and really takes me back to the simple days when I didn't have to care about paying rent or buying groceries, and it just feels really good. So I got completely engulfed in watching the Gilmore Girls from beginning to end, and it just really took me back. And then after that, I of course watched the Netflix remake like 10 years from when they left off, so current day, and that was really cute. But anyway, I'm not, you know, if you haven't watched the Gilmore Girls, just watch it. The TV show does such a good job of like making you also as the viewer feel like you're a townsperson in the show, or that like you're involved and you just like care so much about each of the characters and what happens to them and their well-being. And okay, I'm on to my, literally this is my last thing. For Christmas, my dad got me this a diffuser for essential oils. I started really looking into like more recipes and all of that, which I had a lot, but I think, you know, people try to make it seem like you have to buy into these like special essential oil brands that make special blends for things, and really if you do some digging on the internet, you can find recipes for just about anything with just like the basic kits. I have bought a couple expanders, but anyway, my top 3 essential oils for January are Fir Needle, which this was a specific buy. It was like 6 specifically like forest kind of woodsy themed scents. So they all kind of smell like trees, which I'm into. If you're not, that's fine. But Fir Needle specifically was so nice. It kind of helped me like carry the Christmas feel into the month of January, just to have that like woodsy smell. It just reminds me a lot of like, again, growing up, that nostalgia of like, you know, being near the woods. So yeah, I specifically really have been enjoying the Fir Needle one. The other two I'm really liking, and these came in the same starter pack that I had purchased, but it's Sweet Orange and Bergamot. And actually all three of these together smell really wonderful. I've kind of just been experimenting with, am I focused? Ugh, I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, I've kind of just been experimenting with my own blends. After I had like looked up so many recipes for so long, I started to feel a little bit more confident in the blends that I was making. So if there wasn't like a specific outcome that I was hoping to achieve, like, you know, meditation, relaxation, stress relief, anxiety relief, anything like that, those I look up recipes for. But if I'm kind of just wanting a smell, then I started just kind of blending my own stuff together, and that has been a lot of fun. And those are all of my favorites for the month of January. I am trying to keep this positive, but if anyone in the future would like to see products I didn't like for whatever reason, or, you know, hear about books or any of that, I can do like a favorites and fails. Or if you just want me to stick to favorites, let me know. But beyond that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.